Overwatch fans, we know when there's a new main menu, that means there's new goodies to play with, and Capture the Flag is the most exciting thing they've added to Overwatch, in my opinion. I was a Quake 3 player back in my young days when I was just a mere little FREEDO, so anything that harkens back to that is going to be a joy for me. But more specifically, on this channel, we have voiced opinions about adding new game modes, including Capture the Flag, repeatedly. So when Jeff comes out with a video saying that they're responding to repeated vocal feedback, I feel like he's talking directly to me. King Jeff, I bow before you. Thank you, thank you. I am not worthy. Capture the Flag is everything that I could dream it could be. And they've made so many subtle but distinct and effective decisions when balancing this mode. I never supported changing the hero abilities. I knew that was a bad call. Blizzard did as well, but they were worried about the fun factor and the approachability of the game mode. I gotta tell you this, unfortunately, CTF inherently is going to be a punishing mode, but other modes are punishing. Payload 2CP for their own ways have their own style of intensity, and that's what Overwatch is about after all. It feels like you're a superhero in this game. Don't let me go on a tangent about that. Movement's powerful, damage is powerful, ultimates are powerful, everything has a powerful inertia to it. And now with Capture the Flag into the mix, we have a mode that can balance out 2CP, because the secret is, so many of the things that we might call unfavorable in the meta is based upon how the game modes are played in their current form. With every single game mode being a single objective focus, of course if multiple tanks can just all sit on the same objective and fight that way, that's how players are going to play. If that can be effective, they're going to play that way, because that's how the objective modes are structured. Until you allow for plays on the point of the game to be made throughout the map, there'll be little reason for players to adventure and to battle for those areas. Now, theoretically, in the other modes, this will be done by creating the maps in such a way where players can exploit the map in order to take advantages. But as we've learned, multi-tank can just stand wherever it needs to stand and pretty much be fine in most cases. Well, Capture the Flag flips that on its head. If 2CP is all about a clustered engagement with claustrophobic fights, pushing the enemy into the spawn, and trickle battles coming out, and ultimates stacking everywhere on top of each other, Capture the Flag is the opposite of that. The difference of which is because the objective moves and can have as much progress directly equal to the ability of a character. Because there's no character you can pick that can get extra progress, capping a point, or pushing a payload. In all the current modes in Overwatch, there's a very systematic, regimented, methodical approach to how the objectives are played. Anytime you have a successful lane to be able to grab the flag and pull it out into an area of the map where the enemy team isn't controlling, you have a potential objective play opened up to you. This adds so much more depth to the game of Overwatch. I can't even get it all into this video, but in previous videos, I've explained that the objective doesn't matter in Overwatch, normally, because the team fight matters so much, because every single mode thus far has been all about a single objective. With that being the case, you need to sustain your team as much as possible, and no amount of throwing your body on an objective is worth anything. However, in Capture the Flag, maybe not, because all you need is the ability to touch the flag and get away with it and score in order to get progress on the objective. Hero plays can be made in this game mode. And yes, Jeff is right when he says Capture the Flag is a very different way to play Overwatch. It definitely is, but that's a beautiful thing. I want to see all of the ways that the characters can interact in the game of Overwatch, every single mode possible. The truth of the matter is, King Jeff and Blizzard over there, they're not just developers, they're artists. They're very conservative with the vision of the game, and that's something that I have to respect, but at the same time criticize, because I feel sometimes they get this ugly duck syndrome where they don't realize how beautiful they are. It reminds me of like wonderful entertainers like Prince or Adele getting nervous before going on stage, having self-doubt, wondering, am I good enough to do what I'm about to do? And then going out there and just absolutely killing it. Adele slays up there. And that's how I feel about Overwatch. And we as a community have to keep pushing them and pressuring them to have the confidence to take these chances. No, Blizzard, I am not satisfied for this just being an arcade mode. When Jeff Kaplan was talking in the developer update, I had a roller coaster of emotions. I was incredibly excited for a new thing to be introduced into Overwatch, agreed with everything Jeff was saying about keeping true to the characters and making sure you balance it so that the flag can't be instantly capped, otherwise there'd be some cheese plays, so they're trying to crack down on that with some reasonable balancing. But then he said they have no plans to make it a competitive mode, and my heart sank to the floor. No, King Jeff, anything but that. Please consider. And then 2 minutes later, he said, but we may change our mind to consider it in the future. We just currently have zero interest in making it a competitive mode. Jeff, baby, darling, sweetheart, don't play with my heart like this. I feel like I'm asking a girl on a date. Hey, would you like to go see a movie with me? I currently have no interest because my schedule is full. But on a day where my schedule isn't full, I will have complete interest. Thank you very much. You can't be swinging your decisions like that like a light switch. It makes me uncomfortable, please. The fact of the matter is, if 2CP can be deemed competitively viable, this mode is definitely competitively viable, and at the very least, it will add variety to the styles of maps that we get to play in Overwatch, and will force the meta to spread open, which it desperately needs, because too many of the game modes are similar in that they're single objective focused, the team fights happen in a regimented way, and the entire team fight is the focus of the game mode. Whereas Capture the Flag opens up so many different possibilities with what we can do with it. Now, the truth of the matter is, you can get blown out in this mode. You can get shut out in this mode. It's a very punishing mode. It's not a casual mode. I know he said it's something for you just to go in and have fun with, but it is a difficult type of game mode to play. And there's so much that I could teach you about this mode because I've played it in so many different other games. Quake, Halo, Black Ops 2, plenty of other competitive shooters have had CTF in them and done them well. And there's so many different dynamics and interesting approaches and plays that can be made in the mode that I so desperately want Overwatch to have it. In the same way that there's a distinct order of processes to successfully capture a 2CP point B, where you push with the entire team, you get the initial opening, you have to kill everything quickly and then push them back into their spawn. That's how you take B. If you try to do it any other way and you trickle in and their respawns keep coming, you're bound to fail. And in 2CP's defense, that's a very interesting and unique way to play the game. Now, in CTF, so many different possibilities open up to Slayer pivot positions, flank routes, surprise pathing for the flag carrier, and quick moment-to-moment decision-making on how the team should best divide its resources, as Jeff said. This is a beautiful thing that doesn't exist in Overwatch yet, and I so badly want it to be in the competitive ranked mode. Please! Blizzard, I'm drowning here. I played Capture the Flag today a whole bunch, and I thought it was a blast. I don't know how much time the channel can dedicate to breaking down the mode, because that information is only going to be useful for you in the Brawl mode that's a limited time only, for now, until Jeff changes his mind. So at least for now, instead of getting to the nuts and bolts strategy of everything, I think it's important for us as a community to discreetly, quietly, and appropriately tell Blizzard, yes, we want this mode, please! Can I have it? 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 And I think that's the most reasonable way to respond. None of the problems that you think are going to be a problem in Capture the Flag are that much of a problem. Are certain heroes less good potentially? Yeah, definitely. But in a meta climate where so many fast, squishy characters are nearly unplayable, I don't have a problem with that. Yes, Reinhardt has struggles chasing down Tracer with the flag, but that doesn't mean necessarily that Reinhardt doesn't have a place to play in Capture the Flag. I still found Roadhog quite good. And if Roadhog can be good, potentially Reinhardt could, because he can protect the Roadhog and zone in CC, just like we already do in C in the multi-tank meta. You still need to be able to kill things and not die, which is pretty core to Overwatch. The only difference is that sometimes the full team fight isn't the full objective. You can get away with making hero plays for the map positioning, like a lot of players want to do anyway, by the way. I find it difficult to try to teach players that, no, everything you learned about objectives in other shooter games is wrong in Overwatch. You have to get the full team fight. That's all that matters. It's a really awkward way to understand the game, and a mode like Capture the Flag is a bit more straightforward for everybody because it actually operates like objective-centered modes do in the past, where there's a skill set to playmaking through the map that kind of just doesn't exist in the current game of Overwatch, because if it did, the multi-tank meta just wouldn't be a thing. You couldn't simply just toss a ton of tanks on the objective and be done with it. Whereas CTF, that's a skill set that is now opened up for players. Guys, let me know what you think about this. As you can tell, I couldn't be more excited, and I really want us to give them a resounding yes, please. Can I have more? And if you have issues with the mode, please let me know what they are. Personally, I think it's great. I can nitpick a few things, like I think the flag cap max might need to change, maybe a delay between how quickly you can cap one flag and then touch it again in order to just spread out the fight so you can't roll as quickly. There's a bunch of little things that I might nitpick, and of course Blizzard will nitpick over time as well, but I think the core bones of the mode is where we need to be. If you have criticisms of the mode and things that I haven't thought of yet, then please leave them in the comment section below. But besides that, if there isn't glaring holes in the game mode, we need to be giving Blizzard a resounding yes. because I need this in my life, guys. I no longer make videos for you. I need you to make this a reality for me. Oh, I'm just kidding. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. I really do appreciate it. It helps us out a lot and lets me know that you enjoyed the video, which is important for me. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We upload each and every day, so you don't want to miss an upload. So be sure to hit the bell icon in order to make sure that you get notifications when our videos go live. So check out our Twitch stream and our Discord server, both linked in the description. The Discord server just quietly crept up to be the most popular Overwatch Discord server around. Just saying, kind of cool. There might be a few players there for you to meet. That's been it for me, guys. It's been Freedo for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time. Overwatch